Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet the great Siri Mabo. She is the author of the best-selling book Conceived, and her story is one of incredible resilience. Her journey just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, if you've watched this show for any length of time, you know I'm all about grit, resilience. It's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you pick yourself up, and that completely describes my next guest. Siri Mabo is in the studio. She's the author of this best-selling book called Conceived, and she's a young lady, but she's had a lot of challenges in her young life. Siri, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, share some of your story.
Okay, so my name is Siri Mabo. I'm an immigrant. I moved to the U.S. in 2016. I came here as a fiancé and so got married to my husband, who is a U.S. citizen. And since then, we had kids. We have 4 kids. And I am now a registered nurse. I'm an ICU nurse. So that is what I do for a living. And in my 9 years of being in the U.S., I've had some major challenges, health challenges for our kids. And so our family has had to navigate these challenges. And now that we are mostly on the other side of it, we are raising awareness about these conditions and hoping that other families who are going through these same journeys can get hope from the story.
All right, before we talk about your book, so sickle cell is a big part of your life and autism. So explain.
Sickle cell disease is a genetic condition where a child gets a defective gene from both parents, and they have this disease called sickle cell. And the major hallmark of this disease is pain crisis. So a child who has sickle cell disease can have very debilitating pain. And when they have a pain crisis, it can cause death. That's what people need to understand. And so this condition affects mostly African Americans, but it affects people of other races like Caucasians, Asians. So this disease is very important to know because it is very misunderstood, and the people that suffer from the disease, they might not get the care that they need. So we advocate for patients to talk about it, advocate for themselves, and know the things that they can do to get the best care.
And 2 of your kids?
My twins both had sickle cell disease, which is something that is also very uncommon because our twins are not identical twins. They are they are unidentical twins, which means that they both had a 25% chance of getting the disease, and they both got the disease. So that was not very common, but then it was our luck, and that was what happened with our kids.
And then autism.
My older son, Nathan, he was born and he was diagnosed with autism at age 3, which we had noticed that he was not really developing well for a while. But when we got his formal diagnosis, it's at age 3. Nathan is 8 years old now, and he's doing so much better. He now has his speech. He's not really able to converse, but he's able to ask for what he needs. And that has been so helpful for how he communicates with us as his parents and with his peers, and it's helped him quite a bit.
Beautiful. Let's talk about your book. And as I hold this up, we're going to put a full screen graphic up so you can see. I love the artwork on the cover of the book. Tell us about the artwork and why you came up with that vision.
So Conceived is a book that it's a memoir that talks about our journey through autism, sickle cell disease, bone marrow transplants, which is how we were able to get our twins cured. Just for context, our twins no longer have sickle cell disease. They have been cured through bone marrow transplants. And this book just talks about our journey from the diagnosis and how we got them treated. So our older son, Nathan, who is autistic, was a bone marrow match for one of our twins, the older twin. So in 2021, Brian, my older twin, was cured at Children's Hospital in Dallas. He got a bone marrow transplant, which is a gift that was made possible from his older brother, Nathan. And then our younger daughter, Naima, she's 2, and she was a bone marrow donor for our other twin, who is Brandon. And he also got his bone marrow transplant in 2024 at Children's in Dallas.
Wow.
So they are both cured. And so this book just walks you through our journey from the diagnosis to their treatments. And it also just gives like context about what sickle cell is and what autism is all about.
Yes. We're going to show a video, but I want you to set this up. So this is a video of 2 of your sons at the hospital, and they're ringing the bell. So explain the video we're about to see.
So the video you're about to see, the first one is my son Brian. In 2021, he was just 2 years old, and that is when he rang the bell to beat sickle cell disease. It's such a phenomenal moment because it just shows how tough and resilient he is. Even as a 2-year-old, he's able to go through chemotherapy, get a bone marrow transplant. He got a code blue, which means he went into cardiac arrest and almost lost his life. But thankfully, thanks to the healthcare team and our faith in God, Brian pulled through. And then the second part of the video is my son, Brandon, who also got his bone marrow transplant in 2024. He also rang the bell to beat sickle cell disease. So this is just a heartwarming video that shows their journey and how they shine through.
Outstanding. Let's go ahead and show the video now. All right, as you go and watch this, I know you posted this recently, but what does it do to your heart to watch this?
It just reassures me that God is in control. We are a family of faith, and without God, none of this would have been possible. So this was our journey. This is still our journey because we are still out here advocating, creating awareness about sickle cell disease, and hoping that other families that are walking these shoes can hopefully get this as their situation someday too. But yes.
Beautiful. We have another video that I want you to narrate. Let's go ahead and put this on the screen because this is your son with autism.
Yes.
And why was this so important to you?
This is just a heartfelt video because it wasn't a planned video. I came out to make his breakfast, which he loves eggs. And as I was about to start the breakfast, he said, "My turn," which we've taught him to say, you know, I have my turn and you get your turn. And so when he said my turn, I gave it over to him and he just did a phenomenal job. And I just thought to take out my camera and film this moment. And this is just something that has given so many parents and other families that have kids with autism. It's giving them so much hope that there's a lot of hope for kids with autism. Oftentimes we can feel like because our kids are autistic, they cannot do much or they cannot be independent. They can very much be independent. We just need to work with them and give them the chance to shine through. But that's my son, Nathan.
Outstanding. Siri, where do you see all of this going? I mean, you've got this best-selling book. Do you want to do public speaking, or where do you see this going?
Yes, so I would definitely like to speak publicly, to tell our story, to encourage families that are going through this and let them know that there is so much more that is possible. So yes, I would like to do public speaking, advocacy, and we are actually working on a non-profit which will be able to provide resources to families that are navigating sickle cell and autism, just give them the resources and how they can go about these conditions.
Outstanding. We have about a minute left, so look into the camera on the left and give some words of encouragement to the parent who is dealing with a health crisis with their child.
So if you're a parent, you have a child with sickle cell or autism, I want you to know that there is hope. Where there is life, there is hope. Kids with autism are so brilliant, they are amazing. Just give your child a chance. Lots of therapy, early intervention is very important. Get them the assessment that they need, get their evaluation done, and then get them the help they need. And if you have a child with sickle cell disease, get them the help they need also. Get a good doctor and know that there is a cure for sickle cell disease. It's not universal yet, but they are working towards a universal cure through the gene therapy. So there is hope, and just keep your faith up. Thank you.
You've been an amazing guest. We're going to end with her Instagram page so you can message her and get in touch with her for all your speaking needs. The great Siri Mabo. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Jay.
You bet.
It was so amazing to meet you.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.
See you. Bye.